Hey guys, welcome back to All Around Lego, and today we will be doing the police helicopter polybag comparison. Let's get into it. The two sets that we will be comparing are Lego set 30311 and 30351. These sets both retailed for $4. 30351 has 44 pieces, 30311 has 51 pieces. Over to my right, I have the criteria: Minifigs, design, value, play, feature, all-around Lego opinion, or otherwise known as my opinion, and the total. First on the list, we have Minifigs, so we will go from left to right. For our first minifig, we have the pilot from 30311, standard dark bluish legs with a simple torso with the gray gloves, no shiny parts except for the zipper, and no very little back printing that is hard to see. For the helmet, they both have the same helmet, so I won't talk about it much, but it is the old standard pilot helmet. And then he has some yellow, like, safety glasses that look like he just got back from an airsoft match or something like that. And then he's got a nervous type smile to it. For the figure in 30351, once again you have the same dark blue legs, although on the figure, the badge, the walkie-talkie, the belt buckle, the zippers, there's a lot more detail, especially considering now, like, you have a walkie-talkie and you have a belt, so certainly more detail on it. And then it says police on the back, and the walkie-talkie string is also shiny. For the figure, the glasses have a little tint to them. It is a girl with lipstick and kind of a smug look. And then the eyes are shielded by, once again, those glasses. And then it has the same helmet as the figure in 30351. As for the fact that the figure in 30351 has more detail on that figure, that is why I'm going to give it to 30351 for the better minifig. Now keep in mind with this, that this set was released in January of 2017 to December 2017, whereas the other one was 2015 to 2015, January and December respectively. So keep in mind that with that, this set will be substantially more modern than that set. Next up, I have the design, and for this we do not need the minifigures. We will once again start with 30311 for the fins at the top, or helicopter part, whatever it's called, wings technically. It uses two 1x6 plates, and then it has the two smaller fins on to the side. And then it has this one part of it that branches out and then extends into a second propeller and another tail fin. The body moves down. You got a bit of blue in here, but once again, it is in fact interrupted by that, so that doesn't look too nice to have in it in your set. It uses some blue cheese slips and blue there, which is interesting, especially considering that that police's lights are red and blue, so not sure we're entirely blue. It has these little buffers on the side for landing because it is a water helicopter, which is kind of cool. Although, one thing I found weird about water helicopters is they don't really need to take off because it just goes like that, right, with helicopters. Most planes go that, so I'm not entirely sure why it's so important to have a helicopter that just stays down with that. And then you got your headlights that move up and down with yellow lighting. And then for your control panel, you got two levers almost, and your driver pilot is exposed to the elements. Now for 30351, for the top, you have 1x6s again, except for these aren't plates. These are they aren't tiles, they're plates. And then you have a 1x3 at the top, and then once again the two shorter fins. It does in fact spin really nicely. And this one is different in the fact that it's, instead of one stud, it's two studs on the side. And once again, that does allow for a thicker back. Obviously, you get your red light in there, your back fin, and then your propeller. The body uses this very nice piece, which I do think at the time of 2015, this piece was in fact a thing. And this just saves so much more extra pieces in the body. And it allows for the windshield piece to be there. Now, once again, it is not very effective because it branches off to the side, but this is a polybag, so not everything's going to be great. It has a bit of paneling on the side. This piece fell off. I will fix that. And then it has a easy grid pattern on the bottom with some blue lights in the front for easy landing. For the actual pilot seat itself, you got a big control panel, which is nice, and then a yellow headlight on the left, and then a red headlight on the right. So with that being said, I think it is very obvious that, yet again, 30351 wins. It overall has a better design. Obviously, being made in 2017, it is available for substantially more potential with that, and 2015 is therefore left lackluster. Now on to the value. Both of these sets are $4, so you're really looking at parts for pieces. The clear direct winner for this one is 30311 with 51 pieces, and then this one obviously has 44, but when you really think about it, you have some more valuable pieces in there with the windshield, the control panel, the headlight red on the side, whereas this one doesn't have as many big pieces, especially considering that that's a 1x6. So therefore, once again, I'm literally going to have to give it to 30351 for value. Now on to play feature. This is where 30311 might have a shot. Obviously, it's a polybag, doesn't have much play feature, but the fins, we're calling them fins from now on, at the top move real nicely, and it doesn't have a windshield, so this part can in fact not be interrupted by that windshield. Here, obviously you got to have it to the side, and it doesn't open necessarily as high as a kid might want it to. It does get really up there, which is nice, but as a kid I'm not sure how you feel about that. And then it is kind of cool to just be able to go have your helicopter fly up from more places, and you can move the sticks around, and the headlights move up and down, so you can act like you're putting in your figure. The headlights here don't move it as much, it just moves to the side, and really it's just gonna be straight, and then the helicopter turns to match it. So, and then your minifigures are just the standard minifigure with the same play features because they have nothing special about them. So therefore, I'm going to have to give 30311 that category. And now on to AAL opinion, or all-around Lego opinion, which is my opinion. Overall, I really don't think there's much to be said about that. I really do think that 30351 is the better set with a lot more detail. Obviously, I'm not a kid, so I don't play with this as much. I'm just kidding, I don't play with it at all. But with that, I do like how it's a lot more accurate. Like, your helicopter pilot isn't going to be exposed to the elements, whereas this one is still exposed to the side elements, but it does a better job of trying to mask that. So therefore, for my overall opinion, I'm once again going to give it to 30351. And now that moves on to our total, which you should know that by now of the 5 categories which one won, and I will show you the winner in a moment. As for the winner, it is clearly 30351, being designed and sold in retail of 2017. The 2015 30311 really doesn't stand a chance against the 30351. With that being said, they're both great sets. $4 back then for a polybag wasn't terrible, and I do think that is substantially better. That is it for today. Thank you for watching, obviously. I will have a Bricklayer Brick coming up soon, a review of his, and then I also have a worst to first of Star Wars Helm, like the Technic, that's the word. Technic figures that should be coming out on Friday of this week. We'll see how that goes, but with that, I will see you next time in All Around Lego.